Peace and love, everyone. I'm Jay Rube, as you all may know. And today I wanted to discuss, something I feel like is vital, the connection between the deep water operations and establishing a business in the Mexican Empire and linking the two together. So I know a lot of folks heard about how you can establish a business in the Mexican Empire and whether or not it's true and it's vital, etc. And it is definitely is true. You can do that. I have a business that I've established that I put into work. I'm just finalizing a few pieces together so I can get the products out to y'all, so y'all can be able to acquire them yourselves. We do have current business already established, such as one you all already know of that I've been promoting a little bit, well, a lot actually, Walmart. And I'm actually going to bring them on a conference call, well, video chat, whatever, and so you guys can be able to see us to interact and also being able to ask him questions as far as how he established his business, how's it going, how he got it on two continents, etc. But today I'm just going to go over how to establish a business and linking the two together. So it's simple. I even got my little whiteboard that y'all saw last time. My little heavy whiteboard. Excuse me, you can't read it. I'll go through it so you all can read it too. I try to fit everything on it. It's just pretty much it's just three simple steps. It's easy. It's either the top line. You see how to establish a business within the Mexican Empire, right? Top line, which is number one, which is business name and logo authorization form. So you see that right there, business name and logo authorization form. Department for the Archives. Department for the Archives keeps all records of particular stuff, such as business names. Um, what happens is that you have your business name and you have your logo. You put it down on the actual form, so that it can actually be put in Department of the Archives and they can keep record of it. What happens is that they check and see if the logo or the name has been used already and they authorize it. It takes only 3 ounces of silver, to send in this form, which is only about roughly about $46 in notes, dollars, whatever folks, FRNs, whatever folks want to call it. Now, number two is petition for the Imperial Power and Industry Agency form. What happens? This is also another department that you have to petition for. What happens is that you fill out the form and you petition for it, or you actually wait for the process for them to be able to address that you have a business or about to be authorized to have a business within the Mexican Empire. The industry agency is what actually, how can you put it, actually authorizes the actual part of actually having a business within the Mexican Empire. Any business organization within the Mexican Empire has to file a petition and be a part of that department so they can keep track of it and know that it's the actual authorized business. That is only 5 ounces of silver. You see 5 ounces of silver that you put in. That's roughly only about 78 notes, dollars, whatever folks want to call it. Remember now, silver prices changes. So depending on how much the silver price can be 14 or 13 1 minute, and then sometimes it can be 18. So it fluctuates. So depending on the silver price is how much you want to gauge right there. So this is just rough estimate. This is just me looking at it last time, recently, of what the actual silver price was. Silver price is going for like I think 15.6 notes. So that's roughly around that mark right there. All right, number three, simple. Department for the Sovereign Copyright and Patent form. Now, you don't actually get this form until you actually already put in your business authorization, until you actually petition for the Pure Powers Industry Agency. Once you do that, you actually get your copyright form that you fill out to you so that you can actually have a copyright. Now, the copyright is 13 ounces of silver, which is about only 200.8 dollars in notes, last time I checked. Also too as well. If you want to get something patent, that's 18 ounces of silver, which is actually only 280, in notes or dollars, whatever folks want to call it. Simple. So in roughly the spec, which most folks just have the copyright and patent, it's only 21 ounces of silver to establish a business in what is known as, we call North America, what many folks call North America. Simple. 21 ounces of silver. You don't have to have all these, you don't, and you don't have to have all these extra, business certificates, etc. The only certificate that we require in the Mexican Empire is the actual food storage certification. So if you all are dealing with food and water, you will have to get certified by minister for the health and fire therapy to actually be able to have that business. Other than that, you don't actually need any business license or certification to do that. And as you can see, it's way cheaper. So to have a business in North America, along so-called North America, many folks want to call it, is nothing but 21 ounces of silver. To have a business in North America, which is here, and in Africa, is 32 ounces of silver. 32 ounces of silver, 21 ounces of silver, is only about 327 notes. 32 ounces of silver is only, basically 500 a note. So you can have your business on two continents, doing trade. And now this gets into, what we're talking about with Walmart, right? Because, not with Walmart, but with Walmart, but also deep water operations. This gets into, us actually having the ability to, do trade from one side of the ocean to the next, and you can put your business products on them actually vessels or boats and send them to the other side of the ocean. You see what I'm saying? So you can be able to have trade going back and forth. And this is without the use of the colonizer. Think about that. Look how powerful that is. You establish a business. Now that you establish a business, you can ship your products to Africa without actually the middleman or the colonizer involved in that. You see how that changes the game? Think about that. Think about that. That changes the landscape of everything. Literally. You can just do business, etc. So, that just shares the link between, establishing a business and doing trade from one continent to the next. And also you can have your business in Albion, or which is known as Great Britain or Europe, for only, what I put it at? For only, I think it was like 45 ounces of silver. I don't know the actual estimate off the top of my head how much that is, but as far as in notes, but at the same time, it's probably around like 700 mark, I'm thinking. So it's easy, folks, is to get that done so we can move forward and establish a business, etc. So think about that. So, but, that just shares a link between the two where you can go from one continent to the next and ship your products or get products from over here, and that just shares the link between establishing a business and a global common market that, you probably heard His Imperial Majesty and other nationals speak about. So it just shares that link right there and how we can expand and really build upon our own economics. And think about it, this is not involving the colonizer. The colonizer, they don't get a piece of this. So think about that. So I just want to share that, and I still appreciate all y'all that are donating and making contributions. I'm thankful, so continue helping us out as we be on this endeavor to funding our, continue to expand our economic sovereignty and international trade and commerce. So thank y'all, and peace and love to all of y'all.